Hello everyone and welcome to another movie review by Centipede Geek. Today I wanted to talk about a film by the name of Maniac. This film is directed by a guy by the name of Frank Kaplan, and it stars actors such as Elijah Wood, America Olivo, Nora Arnzetter, and Liam Balaban. And pretty much what we have in Maniac is actually a remake of an old 1980s film with the same name. That old 1980s film actually starred a guy by the name of Joe Spinell. And pretty much what we have in the remake of Maniac is we have, of course, Elijah Wood playing our main actor. And Elijah Wood in this film is actually a serial killer. And this serial killer owns a old antique store, and pretty much what he does is he restores mannequins. He has pretty much this obsession with mannequins. They have to look perfect, they have to look pristine, they have to fit his liking. So pretty much what we have in this film is we have this serial killer going around stalking women, spying on them, watching them, doing that sort of thing. And while all this is going on, he's restoring mannequins, and it's pretty much the life of a serial killer. That's pretty much what we have in the film titled Maniac. That's pretty much the gist of the film. So overall, my thoughts and opinions on Maniac, I really enjoyed this movie. This is probably, if not, one of the best horror films to come out this year. I've been waiting for this film a long time, actually. This film actually premiered at the Cannes Festival, I believe, last year, in the year 2012, and ever since then, it premiered actually May 26th of last year, and it took forever for it to actually come out in the States. I mean, it doesn't actually come out, on video on demand till June 21st of 2013. So, I mean, it took forever for it to come out. I have been waiting, a year for this film, and I have to say, this film exceeded my expectations in every way possible. Let's talk about some of the things the film did. First of all, let's talk about the performance of Elijah Wood. So like I said, Elijah Wood plays a serial killer, the serial killer by the name of Frank Zito, and I really enjoyed Elijah Wood. I thought he was just stellar. He played both a creepy guy, just really creepy, but not only was he a creepy guy, but he was almost, not that a little sympathy for him, you felt, just a little bit, because you actually see, the transformation of him. The great thing about this film is that you don't just see a serial killer. You get to see all sides of the serial killer. You get to see the journey that the serial killer takes. You see the serial killer, minor spoilers kind of, just so you guys know, but in this film, you get to see the serial killer as a young child before he actually commits any of his crimes. You get to see him as a young child. You get to see his relationship with his mother. So you get this really cool, I guess you could say, backstory with our serial killer played by Elijah Wood. So I really enjoyed that, just seeing him as a child, seeing the sort of really weird, strange, and not very good relationship he had with his mother, and all this, stuff as a child. Pretty much, the experiences he had as a child led him to be a serial killer, and he just goes around killing people. I mean, I really enjoyed that. I also have to say that the opening scene of this film, the first, I guess you could say 6 or 7 minutes of the film, is probably one of the best openings to a horror film I have seen in a long time. It had a real nice, classic, 80s vibe to it, especially the way the red font, because whenever, the red font of Maniac, the title, appeared on the screen, had a real nice old 80s style to it. So that was really nice. Just nice. And another really interesting aspect of Maniac is the way it's shot. The entire movie is shot from the perspective of Elijah Wood. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is that the entire film is at a first-person angle. You see Elijah Wood several times in the film, but if you do see him, you see him in like the reflection of a mirror, the reflection of a car mirror, the reflection of a house mirror, that sort of thing. So, most of the time, you'll just be you are seen from the eyes of Elijah Wood, and that made the film so much more interesting, so much more intriguing, and overall, I thought it was just a really creative and just an innovative way to make the film just a great horror film. We have this, great actor. Elijah Wood does an astounding job at acting, just showing us how creepy and just, how, psychologically disturbed a man can be with, the childhood experiences that he had. You know, me myself, I don't know about you guys, but I really love psychological horror films, and it's been a while since I've seen one done so well. And I have to say, Maniac the remake, you know, it really triumphs over the original in every way. You know, I saw the original 1980s film. It has been a while since I've seen it, so I will admit my memory on it is not too good. It's a little vague on my memory. But from what I remember of the original, it was okay. It was a little slow. I remember the ending being kind of, you know, very interesting. But overall, the original just was, I thought the original 1980s Maniac was a decent film, but nothing too remarkable in it. But I have to say that the remake just triumphs over the original in every way. The remake, in my opinion, is so much better than the actual original film. This is one of the rare cases where the remake of the film is actually better. Not to mention, this film is actually produced, and the screenplay was actually written by a guy by the name of Alexandre Auger. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but this man is actually known for doing several films. He is mainly known for doing a lot of remakes. He did the Hills Have Eyes remake, the Mirrors remake, and then the Piranha 3D remake, and now he's, you know, come to us with the Maniac remake. So he's mainly known for directing several remakes. And I really thought that the dialogue and the screenplay in this film was written very well. You know, there's several really nice quotable lines. There's, you know, one of the big quotes in this movie is he says, you know, you're so beautiful, don't scream. And he says that I think twice in the film, and I really enjoyed every time he said that. You really get a vibe for how creepy of a character Frank Zito is. I mean, just running around, not leaving people alone. I mean, there's one particular girl in this film that he actually gets really close to. So it's just really cool because not only do you have a horror film, but you have this very, I guess you could say, personal relationship with this man. You're seeing this man at every side of himself. It has these great psychological aspects, and all these psychological aspects of this film come off in a very, very, very creepy and just an effective manner overall. I mean, Maniac deserves a straight up, you know, 5 out of 5 stars. You know, nothing wrong with this film. It's just a great horror thriller. But one of the best things about it is not only is it's a horror film, but we have some nice drama that's also intertwined. And it's just a nice thriller. I mean, you have all these great things going on to involve just one great horror film, and it has probably one of the most shocking endings. I won't spoil it for you, but this film is probably has one of the most shocking endings to a film that I have ever seen. It's such a graphic and bloody ending, but not only that, but it's just a very creepy and shocking ending, to say the least. But that's pretty much my opinion of the film by the name of Maniac, directed by Frank Kaplan. Definitely a recommendation. The film comes out on video on demand, I believe, June 21st of 2013. If you have video on demand, I definitely would recommend this one. You will not be disappointed. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek for the 2012 movie by the name of Maniac. Once again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.